Homeowners dealing with a double whammy these days. High mortgage rates making moves more difficult and elevated inflation making renovations more expensive. Join us right now for a special interview on what they're seeing in the housing market. The property brothers, Drew and Jonathan Scott. They are the co-founders of Scott Brothers Global. Good morning to you.
Pleasure to be here.
We haven't seen you in person in quite some time, actually.
I know it was a restraining order or something. You're keeping us away, but no, thanks for having us back.
Thanks for coming in. So we've been talking. I mean, the conversation we have at this table every day is about interest rates that are on the screen. What it means for people who either already own a home, whether they're going to renovate a home, whether they're ever going to move. What are you actually seeing right now? Is the idea of flipping properties that even work anymore?
Well, this is not a great flipping market right now, and a lot of people who are suggesting that that's what they want to do, you have to really look at your margins and really be careful. There's still money to be made in the real estate business, but it's kind of crazy right now because people are wondering, is the history going to repeat itself? What's going to happen? The rates have eased a little bit, but there's still buyers out there.
Right.
We're still
So when you say there's money to be made, where are you making it?
Well, so we've shifted a lot into our rental portfolio. So, I mean, again, you only lose money in a tough market when you have to sell, when you're forced to sell, right? And so same with a lot of our clients. They're looking at ways to bring extra income in. In California, where we are, the government's really pushing to have people convert their garages because there's a housing crisis and we need more space. And then people have these empty spots in their home that they could do a quick renovation on and get more income coming in. So that's where we've found an opportunity.
And the biggest thing still we've been saying to people for a long time is there used to be this philosophy, and I remember with our parents and other people who you get a house and you'd stay in it for your entire family life. And, your kids would take over the house. And
right.
Then it moved into this thing where people were selling on average every 3 to 5 years. And every time you do that, you're paying in real estate fees, taxes, all this kind of stuff. Start to look again at how you can have some longevity into a home. Get into a home your family can grow into, and you're going to build that equity within the home.
What do you make? I mean, I don't know. You guys are on TikTok, and you probably see these folks who are basically renting properties to then re-rent them, fixing them up and then trying to re-rent them out on Airbnb. I mean, there's a whole sort of separate business model going on. Is that model alive? Is that dead? What do you think of all that?
Excuse me personally, I don't like the idea of the busyness of a short-term rental to deal with myself. I like a bit more of a sort of a long-term plan. However, there can be more money with it, and I have some friends who have a small portfolio of short-terms, and they love it. They think it's great. I just don't want to be a hotel myself, but that is a good opportunity. It's to each their own. There are many ways to get into the market.
But you're also seeing challenges with the whole Airbnb model and the company itself. And even somewhere here like New York, there are a lot of buildings that are now sweeping in with these no Airbnb, no short-term rental policies, and that can completely affect what somebody's plan was. So you really have to dig in and do your due diligence before you jump into an investment if you've never done it before.
Is there any market you like that you think is really on the move here, that it's unloved or misunderstood?
I mean, the thing is, I think you can find a good investment anywhere. Even it's really expensive here in New York or in LA where we are. So I've been buying property in Charlotte and the surrounding area. However, I still have good opportunities in Las Vegas, in LA, and even where we used to be in Las Vegas. So I think that the only thing that I don't like is when people try and jump into a market that they don't know, an area they don't know, because they think that's where I'm going to make money. But you have to have someone you trust there. Otherwise, if you're not the boots on the ground or the eyes on the project, you could go under really fast.
That's why I think this show's great. That's why I think it's good for people to get the information. It's like doing your research. Don't just jump in blindly and tackle what is probably going to be your greatest investment, your biggest investment.
So Miami's going to be the center of the universe, supposedly, now, of the financial universe. And now I just saw another article that added 4 more red cities that everybody's going to go. Houston, Dallas, Miami, they said, and Nashville.
Yeah. Nashville, to me, has been an obvious, and it's been a growth. That's the headquarters for our corporate entity. And I didn't know about Miami being as hot a spot as it is, but
I think it might be.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, the whole thing, too, I look at somewhere like Nashville, and Nashville's been incredible. The growth has been incredible, but then I always look at somewhere that has had that growth cycle, and then I wonder, where are we at in that growth cycle? Is it going to start to cool off? Everything in general is still cooling off right now, but we're trying to plan ahead and see what's the next hotspot going to be. And I mean, if we had a crystal ball, it would be great.
Is it a coincidence about the tax rates in Texas and Florida that
Well, I mean, you're seeing a lot of states that are trying to incentivize people to start investing again, and other states who have created policy that's now all of a sudden causing people to want to move away or shift their assets out of that state. So that's the other thing too, is I like when people are thinking about, well, do I want to get into real estate? Do I want to do this? The real estate part of it is only one very small thing. The tax benefits and all of the other benefits that can come from whatever state you decide to operate in is that you can
You're
double
still
your
no like the In-N-Out burgers, right? Is that basically it? Because
what's that?
The In-N-Out burgers. That's why you're still in it. No, we were talking about.
I moved to California for the In-N-Out burger, but when we came from Nevada to California, I did cry a little that day. But for us,
They are that good.
We love where we are. It's I mean now I have to look more into Miami. I mean we don't pretend to know everything too, and we stick to the markets that we really know. Out this way, we've also filmed our shows out here a little bit too, which helped us know the surrounding areas in New York where there's a lot of opportunity.
And a big part of our business too is not just focused on the real estate portfolio, but it's also on the products that we create. We manufacture about 10,500 products for the home, and so people are still renovating all through the pandemic as well.
That's where I was going to go next. In terms of renovation, it's always been kitchens, it's always been bathrooms. Are there certain products? Is there like a new trend? What's happening here? Brass was hot for a while. Every piece of hardware had to be brass.
Well, I think
it still?
technology,
what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean,
you need the island, but is it supposed to be covered all the way around?
You're just trying to get free advice. You want us to come to your house and renovate? I get it. It's fine. We'll talk after. Now, the big thing right now is decarbonizing the home because we are more aware now of a lot of the unhealthy habits that we've had within the home and poor air quality. I mean, some of the stats are showing too. Your air quality within the home is 10 times worse than outside of your home, which most people think it would be the other way around. So looking at induction ranges instead of gas ranges, better ventilation in the home, and also having automation that can help adjust your
and technologies that bring down the cost of your utilities.
Better be good with marble if you're going to do anything at Andrew's.
I will talk you out of marble.
Marble's a problem. Marble is a problem. We agree. Marble is a problem.
Well, I thought your whole foyer was like you can't. If you even talk, it echoes through the entire.
A lot of echoing, but that's because of the high ceilings. No,
you got to talk less in the house. Then you won't have the echo problem. That's what I find. It's I think within the home, the big things we focus everything from our product line to our shows. It's all about helping families get the most out of their home, to have a safe, happy, healthy home, and also anything we can do to help make it affordable is important to us. People can have a beautiful home, but it doesn't function. So focusing on function first, and then the beauty is where we hit.